Hello dear teacher and classmates. Today I want to talk to you about the one and only. In Cyberpunk 2077 we play as V, a mercenary that works for every kind of entity as long as they pay him. The main purpose of V is to live as if there was no tomorrow and to die as a legend.
I gotta die. Rather fall into my grave gun in hand and on fire. Not dragging me down.
You just discovered what it takes to become a legend.
In a certain job, V has to pay a visit to Arezaka Tower, a major and powerful company. In this critical mission, V must retrieve the biochip containing the memories and personality of a deceased terrorist, Johnny Silverhand. V's life starts to take a turn when he implants himself with the chip, making his ficky fuse with Johnny's.
Wait, hold on! I want to know what the hell happened to me, exactly!
Having the information that it's impossible to retrieve the chip without dying, V starts on a journey to find a way to overcome that future. V must take all missions that can provide some kind of intel to him. In these missions the gameplay focuses itself on a first-person shooter. We can use pistols, machine guns, grenades, shotguns, and much more to ensure that our job is successful. We can also approach with a stealth game style and take out our enemies without alerting the others. There is also a more focused gameplay on the hacking subject. We can hack cameras, cars, and lots of engines to make sure that our enemies do not spot us. The environment of the game is delightful to the eyes. We play in a dystopian future full of neon lights, life, death, destruction, sexuality, and much more. In this future, the machines and implants have overtaken the humans, making the difference between lower and higher classes much more clear. The lower class wants to take down the industries and everyone else in the process, while the higher class focus itself on more ways to gain even more power. What makes Cyberpunk stand out against its competition is the action role-playing game. As I mentioned, Cyberpunk is a first-person shooter, but at the same time it's much more than that. We can decide almost every phrase that we say, which in consequence will alter the progression of the main story. This feature gives the player much more control over his character and over what he wants to do. There are a total of 5 endings in Cyberpunk 2077 and a secret ending, making Cyberpunk a good game to replay more than once. Having said that, not everything in Cyberpunk is a sea of roses. The side missions can be confusing. There are many company names and concepts without any kind of explanation. There is also still some unsolved problems with the AI. Although, the game is really good taking in account how it was released to the public in 2019. If you were unfortunate to play the game in 2019, you would be tripping acid, seeing flying cars, falling down the map, taking quests that couldn't be completed and much more. After 9 years in the making, CD Projekt Red thought that it would be a good idea to bring Keanu Reeves and present a definitive release date to a game that wasn't completed, and in doing so, they managed to achieve the overhype they so longed for. Expect nothing and don't be disappointed, expect everything and get destroyed. This is what happened to Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of crazy fans all over the world hated how the game presented itself, with lots of protests and lots of returns to the stores. As we know, the first impressions are the ones that last longer, and I doubt that Cyberpunk will be a major game in the years to come. Nevertheless, the game will undoubtedly be a part of the video game history.